Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. All right. Hearts and kisses and love to everybody. All right. Can we get an applause for Valentine's Day? Yes. All right. So we're not going to be on here too long. As you can see, we did a short intro tonight. Happy Valentine's Day, Sandra. Miss Early Bird. Valentine's Day Early Bird. All right. All right. So bring it in. The heartbeat of the South. And every beat of my heart is Tim Harrington. Tim, hey, happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, happy Valentine's, everybody.
All right. Hey, Doug, happy Valentine's Day to you.
What's up, Dub?
All right. I'm sending out,
Sandra.
yeah, I'm sending out some shares now, waiting for Sybil to get into the studio, and she'll be in shortly. She had to go get us some structured water, and so she'll be in shortly, and we're going to wish her a happy Valentine's Day. And so, hey, Doug, it's a happy hard chocolate day, everybody. All right, happy hard chocolate day to you too as well. All right, and so I guess I should type it in here. Happy. Let's see. Let me see. Happy H. I'm trying to type. Where's my thing? HAPPYVALENTINE. S apostrophe behind it. Day, everyone. VERYONA.
So, Doug and
Okay.
Sandra, y'all in for the night, huh?
Yeah, so here's the co-hostess of the most, Sybil Marie Presley. Happy Valentine's Day,
Yeah, happy
Sybil.
Valentine's.
Well,
Oh,
happy
look, I
Valentine's
got,
Day to y'all.
we
And
got
hi,
hat.
Doug, with a happy heart chocolate day.
Yeah, the hat,
And
the 901
Sandra,
once.
I think you said Sandra was in.
901 say hop hoppy day.
Yeah.
That's funny there, hop hoppy day. I was trying to type, but I couldn't get it out. Yeah, well, y'all know me. It's gonna
Mm.
happen.
Happy day.
Happy day. Happy Valentine's Day. All right. Yeah, so we know we're not gonna have many viewers tonight because we know everybody got their little dates and having their little dinners at the candlelit dinners at the house, and
Right.
those that can afford it are out at restaurants and what have you.
Uh-huh.
But hey, we gonna wanted to just come on and tell y'all happy Valentine's Day and have a little fun and do what we do. That's all. So we can understand those of you who got uh, Valentine's. We understand.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for us, the trio,
Yeah,
we don't have Valentine's. All
we
right.
done.
Doug say yes, he is. So all right. Yeah. So you know what? It's been so long since I had a Valentine. Shoot, I wouldn't even know how to do a Valentine's dinner or date anymore. And
Yeah.
and I don't miss it because I had so many of them. Do you miss it,
Yeah,
Sybil?
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sybil says she didn't say nothing. I think Sybil kind of
No,
missed it.
I had a fun Valentine's Day, which I'll tell about for my segment.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right then. Yeah, well, I didn't do anything because I'm recovering. You guys know, and I've been on antibiotics and been doing a lot of sleeping, a lot of resting, trying to get
Yeah.
ready for the weekend. And next week I start back to work. So
Right. Right.
yeah, so it's gonna be a long haul for me. And I had to make sure that I was well before I even started work. Okay.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna take a little break, and I got a question for the audience as well as for my co-host tonight. That's gonna be my segment for the Valentine's Day. All right.
All right.
They're not prepared for this, y'all. It's gonna catch them off guard. Okay. So
Okay.
right now we'll be right back. Just gonna take a quick break. Please go ahead and share because I'm sure some more non-Valentines that's at home.
Of course.
And we want to wish them a happy Valentine's Day, and we want to hear them wish us a happy Valentine's Day because guess what? You guys are our Valentines, all
Yep.
right? All right, all right.
Right.
Stick and stay, y'all. We'll be back.
I like to be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. I like to be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine.
What did I do? Oh, my bad.
I like to be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. I like to be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. Wake up in the morning and I picture myself flying in the sky. I'm a bird, it's not a lie. And now that I'm diving through the oceans of my dreams, I want them so bad to become reality. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer.
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We are introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, Malware Protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat Protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat Protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the Threat Protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Happy birthday. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Empress. Hi, Empress. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, darling. Yes. Happy Valentine's Day. Bringing back in the other two co-hosts.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
Empress says Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. And I said happy birthday, and I sent myself um, so I set myself 299 stars,
All
right,
right.
for my very own Valentine's Day. So if
Okay.
y'all would like to send me 99 stars, it only costs 99 cents. If you want to send me 200 stars for my Valentine's Day, that's $2. So it starts at 99. So choose them out, and your flash will come up that you sent the stars. Plus, it will pin your comment right up at the top um of the comment column. It's gonna pin it. Where mine go? Yeah, it's gonna pin it and highlight it. That's what it's going to do. So y'all couldn't send me chocolates. And Tim says, Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. All right. And Sybil also wish y'all happy Valentine's. All right. So here's my segment. My question is to the audience and to the co-hosts. Okay.
Okay.
First question is this: Who can remember their first crush that you had in elementary school? The
Oh, that's easy.
the first crush that you had in elementary school. Sybil, you go first.
Well, I think I was in the first grade, and I had a crush on David Evans,
Oh,
and he had
Uh,
brown hair, big old brown eyes,
oh,
and he sat in the desk behind me. So I remember
uh-huh.
liking him, but
All right.
I was so young. I was really new to crushes, but I knew that I liked being. I was happy when I was around him, so that was
Uh-huh.
kind of fun.
That was a crush, yeah. Tim.
yes, fourth grade, Francis Lloyd.
All right, hi, Miss Francis.
Hey,
yes, she's married now. But
All
yeah, she was
right.
my crush in the fourth grade. Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for girls it's earlier than boys because we are so much smarter earlier. And for me, it was second grade, and his name was Harold Clark, and he was
Okay.
and yeah, he was a pretty bronze skin colored little boy with curly hair and skinny.
Okay. Hi, Harold. Hi, Harold.
Douglas says his crush was in kindergarten.
kindergarten.
Wow, that is
you
early.
you were early. Do you remember her name? And what about you, Sandra and
Empress.
Empress? Do y'all remember your elementary school Valentine crush? Remember how we used to give out the Valentines in
Yeah, the
Yeah,
little paper
school?
colored
Yeah,
Valentines.
yeah.
yeah,
Get
Those,
big
yeah,
boxes for a quarter or something. It just very
those were
uh-huh,
cheap,
the days right there.
yeah.
inexpensive.
All right, Douglas says his elementary school, his kindergarten
Barbara.
school crush was named Barbara. Hi,
Okay.
Miss Barbara. That
Hey,
was
Miss
his
Barbara.
Valentine crush. All right. Yeah, and then we the lady girls would always wondered if we getting Valentine was gonna get one from a boy, you know.
Mm,
That was a big thing. Tim, did you give out Valentines?
I'm probably sure that we did.
Uh,
We were pretty interactive like that, so yeah, I believe so.
okay, all right. So Empress, did you remember the name? Okay, so we maybe the Empress didn't have one um in elementary school. All right, so let's move on up to high school. Who was your first Valentine in high school? Because by then, you guys are dating. Listen to what Doug say, y'all. Doug say, I knew how to kiss for some reason.
Did
Uh, that's
Why are
cute.
we in kindergarten? Why are we not surprised,
you
Doug?
say high school?
No, kindergarten.
Oh no, you said the next was high school. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the next one is high school. Tim, you
Yeah,
go
I don't really
first.
remember anybody in high
Yes,
school in
her
particular.
name was Kamisha Jones, and believe it or
Commission.
not, we talk every day to now.
Now, really?
Yeah, now, yeah, we,
Wow.
we reconnected maybe about a little than a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, that's
she's
sweet.
divorced, I'm divorced, kids grown. So yeah,
All right. Now, that is a true. Well, that's a real great Valentine's
yeah,
story.
imagine it.
Yeah. Let's hear a cheer for that.
All right,
Yay. Yeah, that's unheard of,
I
right?
know, right?
Mm-hmm. Sybil, your high school first Valentine.
Well, we had some
Oh, wait a
na-
minute. When elementary Empress came on in there. She
Oh,
says
right.
her elementary crush Valentine was named Ramon Fleming. Hi, Ramon.
What's up,
Hi,
man?
Ramon. Ramon.
All right, so your high school Valentine.
Well, one of my neighbors was in the classroom with me. We didn't
Uh-huh.
have anything serious going, and he was just a little bit pudgy, and everybody nicknamed him Butterball. But
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
and we used to have fun going bowling, and roller skating was a big thing back then.
Hmm.
So couldn't
And
he skate?
She was
yeah,
in high school.
roller
We was in
Oh,
skating.
okay.
high school. We in high school now, Tim. Remember?
I know
Right. Yeah.
we still had roller skating nights on, like Saturday. It
Yeah.
was
Okay.
it was a big thing to go down to the roller rink,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of people did, and then bowling alleys, and
Yeah.
that type of thing, and of course movies, and
Hmm.
then hang out in the place where you can get hamburgers and milkshakes,
Yeah.
and just good clean fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Did,
Hmm.
was y'all still calling him Butterball then?
Well, that's when I met Butterball. That was just his nickname.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
okay.
and one of
You're
our
not gonna.
neighbors, but
She not gonna. She don't
we,
want to
we
tell us
didn't
his
have
real
anything.
name.
We wasn't all in love and all that. We just good friends to go out and roller
Okay.
skate, and we actually went on. They used to have hay rides back then too,
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
and
Okay.
Well, all right.
that type of thing.
All right. Mom.
Does say so nice of you, Sybil, to like Butterball.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, it was Lee Otis Simmons. He was my um first love, and he asked me to marry him, and I didn't want to because I was 11th grade. He was graduating 12th grade, and I wanted to get a high school education.
Good
And
deal.
yeah, so I didn't do it. If I had, I wouldn't have the heartbeat of my South of the South in my every heartbeat. Say,
That's
Oh
why I
yeah,
say
yeah.
good deal.
yeah, that's
Sorry,
That
right.
Leotis.
Yeah.
that
Sorry,
worked out
Leonis. Sorry,
Yeah,
Leonis.
for
Yeah.
Tim. Terrific.
absolutely.
All right. All right. So let's move on now to Sybil for your segment.
Well, I was just going to tell you, I had a really interesting Valentine's Day. My friend Gary, he loves Precious.
Uh
Your
huh.
dog,
Yeah.
and we talked about Precious.
Yeah.
And he has, had to walk his
Precious,
dog
you got
before,
talked about today. Wow.
yeah, before we started our day. But what he does on each year at Valentine's Day, he goes a couple of blocks from where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on my side of the town too. To
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Coleman has Ritzy Flores,
Mm-hmm.
so she has Gary plus two or three other guys spend the afternoon delivering flowers. So I
Oh,
thought,
that is
well,
so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice.
That's,
beautiful, beautiful bouquets. You can look up Ritzy Flores and see her design. She really has a knack for putting roses together,
mm-hmm.
and I never would have thought to put red roses and yellow roses together in the same vase, but you would not believe how beautiful that turned out.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Uh so I thought, well,
I've
I'll
seen
ride
all
around with.
kinds of colors of roses together.
Oh yeah, all
Pink with
kind of
white and yellow.
combinations. Uh-huh.
I've seen all of them in the same bouquet. They're beautiful
Hmm.
like that.
Just beautiful, beautiful. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day is the biggest chocolate sales and
Yeah.
flowers the whole year. And
Uh-huh.
I
Right.
think Mother's Day comes in second. But Valentine's Day is the biggie.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know what? I'll be happy to ride with you Tuesday. He was going to deliver flowers till about 3.
Uh-huh.
And then he was going to pick up a friend of his, and tonight he's going to be at the Orpheum, and they have
Mm-hmm.
a play, kind of a Broadway type play with someone playing the role of Tina Turner.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he
Okay.
went to. He's seeing that tonight, and then 5 o'clock they would go downtown to one of these real super fancy,
Restaurants.
elegant dining restaurants. So
All right.
he told Sharon that he could deliver flowers to about 3. We went way out into Arlington and Lakeland,
Wow.
and
Mm-hmm.
then I saw some of the places that he delivered flowers to. I could see the lady coming to the door and being so delighted and surprised at the big beautiful bouquet.
Yeah.
And so one place he went, he delivered the flowers, and then also a box of beautifully decorated chocolate strawberries, with a icing and a
Yeah.
little candy flakes on it, and
Yeah.
then also some type of a glass elephant with beautiful vines in it. So we did that all afternoon, and I saw parts of Memphis. I thought I was in the ritzy part of Hollywood. I mean, you had to tell the guard at the guard gate through locked gates who you was going to go see and who your name was and what the person's name was and their address. It's real tight security, and that's a community where a lot of the millionaires live. And I can't even describe the elaborate mansion like homes there were. So it was like being on a house tour. I saw parts of
Yeah.
Memphis I really
I
didn't
think
even know existed.
I think I know what
And
you're
when we
talking
got
about.
back, yeah, when we
You're talking
got
about East
back,
Memphis. You're talking about East Memphis.
out that way
Over
too,
there,
way
round over
out
there.
there,
That
we went
section, the
by,
section
Yeah.
east of
yeah,
White Station.
and
Yeah,
we went
out.
by Fred Smith's area. Just
Uh
beautiful,
Yeah.
huh.
beautiful. It was like a home tour, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
really,
Mm-hmm.
really nice. A lot of the grizzlies, and just beautiful homes, gated
Mm-hmm.
community.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we got back and finished our rounds, well, Sharon had Felicia Beans, catering company. She had a whole table full of food for us.
Wow.
Delicious
How about was
chicken
that?
and fruits and heart shaped waffles and
Oh wow.
just a long table uh,
Mm-hmm.
full of goody things to eat.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
she let me and Gary bring a to go plate home and
Uh-huh.
boxed in. So that was a nice treat. So that's how I spent my day, Valentine's Day.
All
It was
right.
very
All right.
pleasant. So
That
that's
was
my little
sweet.
segment. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a beautiful
Nice.
Valentine's
And
Day.
she said hello to you, and
Okay.
we'll get together pretty soon. She said.
All right. That sounds great. All right. So Tim, your segment for tonight is.
Well, uh, I got a segment dealing with our MLG and W company here.
Oh
Our
Lord.
nickname for them, our MLGW and robbery.
Yeah. 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 Uh huh.
Yeah, people call
Yeah.
that
So
sometimes.
Yeah. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
have a
So
laugh for that one.
I know, right? MLG and robbery, and I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons why. What they have going on right now is a lot of the new meters that they had put in people's homes uh, failed. It started in December due to the weather,
Mm-hmm.
um, and their bills have almost doubled. Some in some cases they have tripled.
Is that
And
smart meters?
yeah, yeah,
They're not too smart then.
nah, they're really not at all.
But we
And
don't know if they're smart meters, do we? For
I think
sure.
that's what they when they originally installed them. That's what they were calling
They
them.
call them smart
But
meters.
but everybody don't have them, do they?
No, not everyone.
See, I have a smart meter. I didn't have any trouble with mine.
You didn't.
That's why I say maybe it's the older meters.
Well, as I was reading a little bit more into it, they were saying that it was a small percent
Mm-hmm.
of residents and commercial properties that were affected by it.
Uh-huh.
But you imagine yourself paying $675 uh, on the regular, and then you get a bill that's for 1,500. That's a big difference.
Now I heard it was for like no November, December, January, and February.
That's
Um
what I believe too.
and they had been getting a bill that said zero, that they
Oh,
didn't
okay,
owe anything because the meters weren't working.
right,
And so, and then some of them are still getting the bill saying zero because they have not fixed them all yet. I don't
right.
even know if they fixed any of them. Doug
Well,
say, "What a great day, Sybil, that you
yeah,
had."
Well,
And
thank you.
so
yeah,
I don't know if they fixed any of them
yeah.
yet. That,
what
but
what what happened in that area, that part of it, the vice president, and his name would be Timothy
oh
Davis.
Lord, well, I said we gotta have a gasp on that one.
Yeah, right. Of all the names, his name has to be Timothy
Timothy.
Davis. According to him, they're getting with the manufacturers of the meters to get the necessary parts that they need to repair the meters.
Hey,
My
Paul
thinking,
from Canada. Paul says smart meters weren't for our benefits. They lied to us.
right,
Happy
right,
Valentine's Day, Paul from
right.
Canada.
Hi, Paul.
What's up,
Happy
Paul?
Valentine's Day, Paul.
Yeah, but you would think the smart thing to do was to run them through all the tests prior to putting them out. And that,
Well,
you know,
they couldn't because we never had 13-degree below weather here.
yeah, but what I mean is they could have took it somewhere in the lab somewhere and they made that experiment to determine if it would work under pressure. Because you
Well,
know,
the thing is, I think over time, I think time is what kills it because the freeze 2 years ago in February when I was in the hospital when we had like 18 inches of snow, 20 inches of snow, 24 inches. It was like 7 to 10 degrees below then, and they didn't break. But then repeated cold like that the second time around, I think that's what killed some of them. And it also depends on geographic location as to where
that's
the
true.
meter is placed. If the meter is facing the north side of a building, and the snowstorm is the wind is coming from the north, then those people with those meters on the north side of their buildings or their homes, their meters are going to get hit the hardest, right?
Right,
So it depends on whether they were east, north, east, south, or west. And frankly, I think that this last storm came from the west,
well, you
and
go ahead.
yeah, it came from I mean, from the east, because I think I remember going out on my porch to put something in the garbage, and most of the wind was coming from the east. My house faces the east, but my meter is on the back of the house, which is on the west. So it could, since it's only a small percentage, and it wasn't everybody's. I tend to think that it had a lot to do with the location of the meter and
Right,
time and where.
right, and that may be true, but here's my thing about that. You
Hmm.
want to triple or double charge me due to the fact that your equipment failed? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
I
something that
agree with
should.
that.
You know,
Hmm.
where do they do that at? You want me to pay you almost double, triple due to the fact that what you installed failed? That should be on that company, not on the people. You
Yeah,
know, that's the way
they
I
should
look at it. Because here's the thing: here's where a lot of the problem is running into. You have a lot of our senior citizens that are on a fixed income. There's no way when you're on a
Mm-mm.
fixed income that you can pay double, let alone triple, dealing with your
Yeah,
bill.
yeah, that was a reporter on the news that said that Memphis Gas and Water got to set up some type of long-term arrangement,
Right.
with these people that were affected because we know that they got to pay something because we know that they did use the utility.
Right.
But how they if they have to pay something, it should be uh, practically based on what their normal usage would be for
Yeah,
that
because yeah, because they said
particular
they're
month.
estimating. That's what they're using.
They would have to estimate. I understand that part of it, but what I'm
Hmm.
also saying is that they need to give them a 12 month to 18 month, even a 24 month to break those 4 month payments down.
Right.
Where because they still got to continue to pay the regular bill
Correct.
when it's fixed, but you
Hmm.
can't afford to pay a large amount attached to your regular bill. So therefore, it needs to be broken down into 12 to 18 payments,
Right.
you know, with no interest. Okay, so Paul says our 2 meters are at the front of our townhouses. We have no side or back yards in this complex, and Paul lives in Canada.
Okay.
Empress says, I totally agree with you, Tim. And Paul says, there's a lot of love in this live broadcast as I keep seeing hearts flowing by. That's right, Paul. For sure. But yeah, it is ridiculous. We always got some type of problem with Memphis like gas and water. And and why they want take let something, the subject comes up to whether or not to sell it, and then they act like they're scared to sell it, or either they're being blackmailed not to sell it. I don't know what's going on, why they can't sell it, because they're not gonna ever get it right.
Right. And,
Because
in this city, unlike other cities that I've seen, I've always living beyond its means, meaning they want to build something that costs us millions and millions of dollars, but you don't even get the work out of it, but what you put into it. Just like
uh,
now, they want to tear down the Coliseum that we have.
you mean they
Uh,
already tearing it down?
right. And who we only know how much that's going to cost, whatever they're trying to put there.
Paul says we have the only complex in town that has no backyards. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
Paul.
okay. Okay.
I don't know if that's good or not. Is that
I
good or
don't either.
bad? I don't know. Let's think about that. And what Tim has said too. Y'all can type your comments in. We're gonna take another short break. Go ahead and share for those of you non-Valentines who are stuck at home with us.
All
Or
right.
you're one of the early Valentines and you already had your Valentine celebration, all right?
All
So
right.
listen, go ahead and share the show, and we will be right back. Hope you had this, because I sure could use me one of these right now.
Welcome to the Shack 12 Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
Wow, I like it when you make it when you take it like that. Okay, we're getting ready to come back into the studio. And Sandra is telling us what they're doing with the Tim, the
Yes.
Coliseum. She says it's going to be a soccer statement. And Paul says in his complex townhouse, he only has one entrance as well. I don't like that one way in and one way out, Paul.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's really dangerous. And look,
That's
as
not
far
good
as
for fire.
and
Yeah.
as
Thanks for the information, Sandra.
Sandra, yeah, and for us the comment that our viewer Sandra said about a soccer stadium. Look, Memphis is not a soccer town.
Never have
Okay,
been.
we don't need a soccer stadium. Take the soccer stadium out to Collierville, to Bartlett, or somewhere where they like to have this stuff. Okay, we
Hmm.
have limited places enough as it is in our metro city where normal people can go, regular folks. Okay,
Right.
we don't got a lot of folk that ride bicycles. They don't run the streets, taking
Hmm.
up
Emily, I have
space.
never run across one person since 1992 that says, "Oh, I love soccer."
Me neither. Me neither. Not here in Memphis. No. And so and I think when before, it should be a law. Before they make these decisions about what building is going to be turned into this or torn down, they need to put it on a ballot and
Yeah,
let the people
let
decide. This is
citizens
our
vote
city.
for it.
This is our city. It is not a city council city. This is our city. This is not a mayor's city. All right. This is our city. It is not a governor's city. It's the
Hmm.
people's city. And they should put this kind of stuff on the ballot and let the people vote as to whether they want this or not. Tore
Right.
up all of the streets, putting all them doggone bicycle lanes in, and broaden the streets. And people that's driving these big old SUV house vehicles can hardly pass you without almost scratching,
Don't
scrape.
leave out the trolley tracks.
Yep, I'm getting to that. Without side scraping your car because they have made these lanes so small that regular traffic can't even travel through them.
Mhm.
Okay, so Doug says, I used to work Memphis 901 at AutoZone Park. The attendance and enthusiasm by far is more than with the Redbirds. Are you talking about they like soccer more, Doug? Be a little bit more specific for me.
I think yeah, AutoZone Park is the baseball field that we have downtown,
Yeah.
and
I
yeah,
didn't mind
yeah,
the baseball. Pretty much any normal regular Joe can do baseball, right?
yeah. Now that one was a good investment, because they're it stays packed.
Yes. And Doug also say, fix these roads, buses and trolleys. Yeah, we
Yeah,
And
go
pothole.
and spend all this money tearing up the streets, putting down these rails, and now we can't use them.
yeah,
And you still got to drive your car over these rails at these intersections
yeah.
that like Madison and Cleveland,
Hmm.
and where it's
Hmm.
all bumpy and bumpy,
Tear your car up. Hmm.
and tear up your car. Martin says, yeah, he's talking about they like soccer. Well, okay, I hadn't heard nobody
I
I
that
haven't
hadn't
say
either.
either.
they like soccer that much enough to have a whole soccer stadium. I'll bet you a quarter and a dollar and a quarter this right
It's
here,
gonna flop.
Doug. It's gonna be a flop.
Yeah.
It's gonna set they're gonna put all that money in there, and the people are gonna come for about a year, and then enough of them are not gonna come, and that's not gonna cover the costs to light up that building, pay those utility bills and stuff, which they're gonna find some way to cheat and pass it on costs to us, to
Pretty
pass
much.
on the cost to us. because it's not going to be able to carry its weight. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whereas they needed to have revitalized that Coliseum to use for concerts, because I get so tired of when concerts come here. We can't even get concerts to come here,
Okay.
because they have to go down to that place where they did the filming for The Rock. What is it?
Elvis Presley
No, no, no.
No.
Olive Branch. You
place.
know what
Yeah,
I'm
she's
talking
on
about?
Civic Center.
No,
Civic
no,
Center.
no. Olive Branch. What is that place called down there?
Oh, oh, I know what you mean. It's that big
The Lander
Delta
Center.
place or
The
whatever you
Lander
call it.
Center. The Lander
Lander. You're
Center.
right. Yeah,
Lander
Lander.
Center. Yeah,
The Rock could have been filmed at the Coliseum had they revitalized it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You could have got more actors for that. People wouldn't have had to drove all the way and get lost and be driving back home at 12 at midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to get home from trying to make $1, then an extra on a set. If they had the Coliseum revitalized already, the wrestling rink could have went in there. They could have done all the filming for The Rock in one location right here in
Right.
town.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
And then other concerts won't come here
They
simply
won't.
because they don't want to go to Mississippi down to the Landers Center, and they don't come here because they don't want to do the Agri Center because the Agri Center is too expensive. You
And
see what
it's
I'm
way
saying?
out
So
there.
I know about entertainment because
Hmm.
I had a big promoter to contact me, and y'all know him because he's been on the show before. Several, you didn't get a chance to meet him, but I met him at the golf course when we went up there, way over there in Arkansas somewhere, and that's Ed Kiefer. He's a big promoter for concerts, particularly rock and roll and country western, and he wanted me to try to find somewhere in Memphis a building where you could have a concert that would seat about 5,000 people. I told him we don't have it here. We don't have it here, and what we got is the Agri Center. He said, yeah, he already know they want to charge too much, and they have too many limitations,
Yeah.
on the people that's want to present the concert. But they don't want. They wanted the performers want to be living and stay in Memphis so they can visit Bill Street and
Right.
visit the sites of Memphis, Graceland, and places like that. They don't want to have to travel that distance
Yeah.
from here all the way down to the Landis Center,
Right.
2 or 3 times a day, trying to get
Yeah.
set up and get things prepared. It's a
Yeah. And then on
totally
top of that, you have to deal with the police force in that area. If you're not from
exactly,
there, if you're not from
exactly,
there,
and then
they usually
traffic,
harass,
stuff like that.
tickets, etc.,
Exactly,
etc.
exactly. And then so therefore it's an inconvenience. We could have more concerts coming here. We could have more entertainers coming here, more performers coming here, putting more money into this city and bringing more money into the city if we had a decent place for concerts to happen. They can't have it at the Auto Zone. That belongs basically what to the Grizzlies, right? They had started having them there when they built it. The AutoZone was supposed to be for concerts and sports, but now they have it limited to sports pretty
Yeah.
much. You
Yeah.
know,
AutoZone is
Well, it's
also
outdoors too.
outdoor baseball.
yeah.
Mercy of the
Um,
weather.
so Doug says that the Hispanics lead the way in attendance, and I guess he's still talking about soccer. Yeah, and so he's saying about they got the 901 Memphis soccer team. True,
I
but
didn't
I
even know
still
they had a soccer team.
I
Well, I
did
knew they
not
had a
know.
soccer team. I knew that, but they just got it. It's not something that's
Oh
been here for
no.
years. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm basing my comments on. That Memphis is not a soccer town. I don't care how much they try to turn it into one. It will
Yeah.
never be a soccer city. They
Now
can
No, it
forget
sure
about it.
won't.
yeah, yeah,
They got
your diehard fans are the Brits and English. Yeah, Brits, the British, and the
Well,
England.
all of the
right.
UK, all of the UK
Right.
people, they do that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. They're crazy about it, no doubt.
yeah,
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 but
but
we
we
don't
don't.
have a following like that here. Never
No,
No,
have
we
been.
don't like that. So they getting ready to waste more money for
well, they're just gonna
901.
have an empty soccer
Yeah, it's
stadium.
gonna be pretty much empty.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm
gonna have
kind of
to turn
sick
that into a
of.
big flea market area, I guess,
But
again.
I'm trying. But I'm just kind of. I'm kind of sick of officials, five or
Yeah,
six officials, or 7 or 10 man committee of a council
line in their
deciding
pockets.
what is good for 901, because you still got how many people is in here that live in the city. I'm gonna have to study that. I'm gonna have to research that because I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know what? We're
Right.
gonna have to
And
start. We're gonna listen. We're gonna have to start attending some city council meetings and putting our foot down.
yeah, because here's the thing: what we're talking about is not rocket science. It's not. It's just simply like what you said, man. Let the people take a survey, find out what they
Yeah,
want.
yeah. I mean, if you don't want to put it on a ballot, you can mail it to their house. You mail everything else.
Sure does.
Okay. Send it to their email. You email them everything else. Okay. Put
Yeah,
it on Facebook. You got a Facebook page. Every organization in the city got a Facebook page. Put it on your
yeah,
Facebook page. Get the word out.
right, and
And Empress say they love wasting our money. I know, right?
yeah,
And I'm
eh,
sick and tired of them wasting our money.
right. But here's where some of the problems coming in. We have these people that have been on these boards and these councils that have been there for 15, 20 years.
Mm.
That doesn't work anymore. They need to go ahead and retire, move out the way, and let some of these more broad thinking youngsters in there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You can't
Mm-hmm.
still have the same outlook on everything that you had 15, 20 years ago. Times have
Well, they're
changed,
not.
and you have to
It,
change with the times sometimes.
but it's not just that. They are trying to change with the time, but they don't know how to change with the times.
Right,
This is the
right,
problem. You see what I'm
right.
saying? And I don't know who they're listening to, but they're not listening to the people. You see what I'm saying? They're just listening to a select few people who tells them what they want. Okay? And it
Yeah,
could
they
be the
line in
people,
their pockets.
it
I'm gonna
could be the
call it.
people. It's exactly what it is. Somebody is gonna benefit from building that taking the Coliseum down, turning it into a soccer stadium. Somebody
Yeah,
gonna end up on the news like this man did down in Mississippi that took the money from the welfare department and opened up a ballpark or something. Y'all remember him?
right.
They prosecuting him, and he's saying that he didn't know what happened. Yes, he did. Somebody's finna get some money out of changing this. Cause see, the original plan was it was gonna revitalize it, and remodel it, and because it is a group for the Coliseum that had been uh, you know, asking for this. They've been marching for it. They've been attending meetings. They had been attending council meetings. Several. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They told this group that they was going to do it, and then the next thing they know, the group said that they was telling them they wasn't going to do it. And it's
Yeah,
just like the situation with the Memphis in May. Uh, they, why have you got entity over here that's called Memphis in May that could decide whether or not you can have the Memphis in May on the riverfront when you got the mayor and the city council sitting over here in the riverfront part of the mayor's responsibility. Doesn't the mayor have authority over the riverfront? Isn't the riverfront part of the city?
hmm,
So why do
hmm,
you have a separate entity over here talking about the Memphis and May committee or whoever saying
yeah.
that you can't have it down here? You the mayor of the
I,
city. You
well, I
supposed
tell
to be
you
able to
one
tell
thing.
them where you can have it.
Right,
But you
right.
are gonna have it.
I tell you, crooked politicians, one thing. You better remember back to the Ford family that ended up getting the silver bracelets on their arm.
Ah, look,
Yeah,
well, they think can't happen to them.
I know
Paul from Canada says, Tim, you need to run for mayor and have
it.
mom and Sybil as your left and right advisor.
That's right,
Whoa,
man.
let's get a cheer.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
tell you one
yay!
thing, the city
We'll
people will
have
be
Jeff
more
on there
happier.
too. That was a good
Yeah,
one, Paul. That was a good one. Because see the
yeah.
thing, the first thing I ain't never seen Mel Strickland in my neighborhood.
Me neither.
If I'm mayor of a whole city, Empress say she'll vote for you, Tim.
Hey, thanks, Empress.
Wow, that's something else. We're gonna have trouble with that too. Yeah. So first thing I'm gonna do is, if I'm mayor, I'm going and visit every corner of my city.
Yeah,
I want you to see my face, even if I can't remember all of y'all faces. I
yeah,
want y'all to know me. I want to feel like I could come into your neighborhood and be respected. Okay?
right. I
And the
tell you,
only way I can do that is I got to come.
yeah,
I got to come. I got to try
and
to come.
I tell
I've
you,
never seen him in my neighborhood. He had
no,
never had a town hall meeting
yeah, yeah,
near
and-
me where I could go.
right.
You know,
And I tell you another thing. I tried to call his office last month. Don't you know they sent me our ring around the roses?
well, do you know I sent him an email last year and I'm still waiting on a response?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
By
time for
the
him to
way,
go.
y'all, Judge Joe Brown will be here
Yeah,
again on
Yeah,
Thursday.
Judge Joe's
yeah.
going to take care of it. You know what? It would be interesting if we had like don't call it mayor, but we should have a representative for every neighborhood.
Well,
But
we do.
they did have that, the neighborhood watch, and
Yeah,
look what it is.
Oh, I didn't know
mm,
that's what
Gone.
they called it.
But it's
yeah,
gone. They don't want to come. They don't want the people to tell them what the people want. They want to. They got it just the way they want it, and they
yeah.
just doing what they want to do. See what I'm saying? Paul says, "I would vote for you too, Tim, from way up from Canada.
Thanks, Paul.
You got the Canadians up there voting for you, Tim. Go ahead.
I
Now
know. Thanks, Paul.
that's outstanding. Tim's words there, outstanding.
Well, Douglas said the city has a black committee.
Finally, and we'll give them a chance and see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
We'll
don't
see
hold
what.
your breath.
You know what? If I was mayor, I would um, have every sign in the city and, interstate signs and whatever, and everybody's address would be painted in fluorescent paint so you could see the thing at night.
Well, they could do that. They used to do that, and they stopped that. They used to paint your address on the curb, right by
Yeah, I
the
remember that.
driveway. They
Yeah,
used to be free.
Was that
Well, the
fluorescent?
city was. I don't know. No, I don't think it was fluorescent, but they did used to do that.
I
But
remember
now they
that.
don't. Yeah, they stopped doing that
yeah.
and took that money. So they keep taking money. I did notice that they finally took that wheel tax off
Hi,
of
Paul.
the count. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Paul.
We have another
Paul
Paul
from
Gregerson.
Yeah.
What's up,
Paul is
Paul?
from the United States. I forget what state are you in, Paul? Where are you watching from? Can you type that in for us, please? Thank you. And they finally took that $50 wheel tax off because I guess somebody told them I was spilling the beans on it on my show because
Mm.
Paul is calling from watching us from
Oh,
Alabama.
Alabama.
All right,
Yeah,
Alabama.
you down there with our co-host Jen on
Mm-hmm.
our
Yeah,
politics
I'm from
show.
Mobile,
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah, Sybil's
Right.
from Alabama too. But yeah, see when that wheel tax had been on our driving plate tags that you have for your vehicles for more than 25 years. When they first got that, they said that was supposed to help pay for education for our kids. Now, $1 of it in the 25 years has gone to education. Who
Somebody
was getting
pocket.
that money? Who was getting that money all
Yeah,
them years? You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? They
yeah.
finally took it out 2022 because when I got my tags, it wasn't on there. It wasn't on there. And so Paul says, we're in need of a new prime minister. Well, you
Come
know
to
what, Paul?
Canada.
I
I
don't think
gotta
y'all got it better than we do.
But I'll have to tell you this, Paul.
And
Believe it or not,
Douglas said, "Roll Tide." You have
believe
to
it or
be for
not.
the Crimson Tide in Alabama, or you're gonna have to leave the state and move.
Mm.
But I'm going to address Paul Sanders from Canada. Believe it or not,
Hmm.
Paul, I would not mind moving to Canada. And seriously, and I wouldn't mind giving a run for prime minister in Canada. And but I won't run for no politics here in the United States. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because I have studied history, British history, and compared to U.S. history from the beginning, from how the laws began back as far as 1100s, 1200s, and so on and so forth. Now, once what I can say about the Brits and the UK is this: once a rule is put down on a book, y'all gonna follow that rule. Not only the people will respect the rule and follow the rule, but the officials do too. Am I right or am I wrong? Tell me if I'm right or wrong in here. Type it in for me. Paul from Alabama says, Douglas Martin, I'm a Nebraska Cornhusker fan personally. All right
Okay.
then.
All
And
right.
then Paul from Canada says, okay, well, bring Tim and Sybil and Jen with me.
All right, Jen.
That's funny there. Let's see. Okay. Now, Paul from Canada, Paul from Alabama, US, says, LOL to, I think, Sybil, the comment that you made, or to Douglas one when he say he won't tell about him
Right.
being a cornhusker, okay? Paul from Canada, tell me yes or no, am I right? About how it is when your legislature is put on the books, y'all have your rules, that they are respected by the citizens as well as officials. And then it's not changed until it is voted on by the proper entities, whether it be the
Yeah.
people, whether it be the queen.
Yeah.
Because aren't you guys in Canada? You guys are not under royal authority, but yeah, you guys might be. I
Yeah,
think
they are.
y'all are under
Yeah.
royal authority as well.
Yep.
It's like say like
Yeah, they
Scotland,
have
right?
prime ministers and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, like Scott. So you'd be under royal rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind being under royal rule, simply because um, he said they do hold secret voting on bills.
Mm.
Okay, so the secret voting bills would be done by perhaps the prime minister and the royal entities.
Yeah. I got another question for you. Do you guys even have homeless people? I've never seen on the
Oh, you
UK
mean in
side.
Canada?
Yeah, I've never
I haven't
seen.
either.
I think they get some type of allowance or something pertaining to their housing.
They get a monthly subsidiary check.
Okay.
Paul
Okay.
says, well, the queen has some say, how much, not sure. Well, the king now, queen, bless her heart, may she rest in peace.
Oh,
But
they do have homeless, he said.
he
They
said,
do.
yes. He said, oh, yes, we have homeless. But they
Okay.
do
Okay.
don't they get a subsidy check every month? I know they do in the UK. They get a subsidy check. But, what they were trying to get here in the US, they were trying to, what they call a cost of living check. They were trying
Hmm.
to get that for everybody here in the United States. People that poor people, just poor people, whether you were homeless or not. But they're not having it here because, of course, the officials and the politicians want to keep all of the money for themselves. Paul said before COVID, we have had 5 million poor.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, we had more than that.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
probably
we got
got them
we
now.
got seven
Well,
billion people
what
in.
what is the poverty level money wise? What makes a person poor? Dollar sign.
Uh, she wants to know what the sliding scale, income scale is that designates a
Makes you
person
poor.
as poor. Well, in the United States, it's less than $32,000 a year.
I'm poor then.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
that's what I was saying. We have more than 5 million that's poor. We have 7 billion people in the United States that live here. Okay, Paul from Canada says in Oville, where I live, we had a place called Tent City on 125 tents in a large town.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
Yeah,
Tent
I've heard of
City.
Tent City.
Yeah, we have one of those here too as well.
In California, they had a lot of them, and different
Yeah, it
a whole
is.
lot of different states in the United
Yeah.
States. So we have tent cities too. I
Uh-huh.
imagine that we do have some here in Memphis
We
as
do.
well.
I
We
don't know
do.
You know,
where they are. I've never
Downtown.
seen Tent City.
Yeah, they're downtown.
they're downtown, and but they usually take them up at daylight, and they move on.
Yeah,
Except for
yeah.
when you see people with these shopping carts, and they have like a big chart. You might see like big
Oh,
plastic
okay.
something in there.
Yeah.
Stay bed
Um,
and stuff.
Paul said that was a few years ago. But yeah,
Okay.
we have 7 billion people in the United States, Paul. So we have way more than 5 million poor in the United States because
Yeah.
half a percent, I would say 50% of the people in the United States don't make $32,000 a year.
They don't.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's Sybil, he says for you about that sliding scale of income. He said he'll check on that and he'll let you know later.
Oh, okay. I'm
All
just
right.
curious.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a Valentine's Day show this has
It's
been.
8 o'clock already.
And
Where
Sybil
did
didn't
the?
even realize it. Well, we wish
I'm
you
gonna go watch the
guys,
Beverly Hillbillies.
mm,
we wish you guys again happy Valentine's. And
yeah.
Tim, your closing remarks.
Great show, man. Look, I enjoy
Oh,
hanging
hi
out with.
Lexi. Hi Lexi.
Hey,
Lexi's
Lexi.
in. Let me see. Let me get over to the chats here.
Jenny Hill.
Oh, hi there. Hi, y'all. I have Lexi watching from my phone, and she says hi to everyone, too. The comments are moving, but the screen is froze on my end.
Okay.
Oh, look, happy Valentine's Day,
Yeah,
Lexi
happy
Happy
Valentine's.
Valentine's
And
Day.
Jenny. Happy Valentine's Day. We love you guys. All right.
Yes, we do.
All right, Tim, your closing comments back to you.
Yeah, great show, man. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys on this Valentine, and thank y'all for dropping in on us. And can't wait to do it again. With that, I wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and let's be safe out there.
All right. I love it. Sybil.
Well, thank you, Empress, for saying that you really enjoyed the show, and we always like to hear that. And happy
Thank you,
Valentine again,
Empress.
and Jenny and Lexi. I'll be down there pretty soon. I guess in the spring. So thank everyone for tuning in. And I'll be on Thursday with Judge Joe Brown's gonna pop in again and give us some information on his Safe Streets campaign. So I will talk to everybody later.
Yeah, isn't that funny how it took a judge to get Sybil into politics?
Well, I'm helping him because we're gonna do some things together.
All
Yeah, but it
right.
still took a judge to get you into politics. We've been asking you to visit our politics show. She never would.
Oh yeah,
That- that's real
I'm gonna
funny. We're gonna
help
give
him.
you a laugh in on that one, Sybil. All right. All right, my comments are simply ditto on civils, and y'all, we love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for y'all active participation. And once again, let's give everybody a hand clap and happy Valentine's evening. All right, happy Valentine's. Yay! That's how much we enjoyed you guys for being with us, okay? And that's the time. Don't forget, come in Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and we'll have Tim, we'll have Sybil, we'll have Jen from Alabama, we'll have me, and we have Judge Joe Brown in Living Color. That's
All
our
right.
time. We love you all. Bye.